Hey there, and welcome to Cosplay Cafe. Hope you have a nice hot drink of something because we're serving up a mug of steaming hot cosplay. For anyone wondering, this is part of the costume. I'm doing Pirate Kitty Pride for our team up episode. Nobody's beating me yet. No, that joke doesn't make sense. My husband's rolling his eyes at me in the background. So welcome. We have a great show for you tonight, but first, our opening credits. All right. So Crayley is not with us tonight. She has some stuff going on, but we do have my absolutely fantastic co-host, Andrea, and she is joining me as one of the X-ladies. Hi, Andrea. You look fantastic.
Hello. Thank you. This is the first time I've repeated an actual costume on the show. I've repeated characters, but not costumes so far. So this is the first time.
Well, it's a really good costume.
It's very comfortable. I'm wearing it next weekend at Memphis Comic Expo because it's comfy.
And it looks so good and so recognizable. And you know what? I told you a few weeks ago that you are allowed to repeat costumes because
I know.
It's unrealistic for us to always have a new costume.
Well, you know, I'm an overachiever, so.
Damn right you are.
A little bit. Yeah.
So, hello, Harvey.
Hi.
And he likes your Jubilee, which.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's very, very comfy. I enjoy being her.
Hey, Charlie.
Everybody's already jumping in. Hello, everyone.
Oh, I know. I love it.
I needed this.
Tonight we have some guests who are near and dear to my heart. They're also near and dear to Crayley's heart. They basically are the reason Crayley started cosplaying. Not basically. They are the reason Crayley started cosplaying. They're the people who took Crayley to her first con. They also helped her make so many of her first few outfits. They're also the reason Crayley and I first met.
So we're going to have them back on again so that Crayley can be with us for it.
Uh-huh. They also have been my friends longer than Crayley has. And I met them through Superman Celebration, and we just started doing a bunch of group photo shoots. So it's really fitting that we're doing team cosplay for this because that is how we got to know each other, is just through doing those group photo shoots. And I cannot say enough good things about Mark and Ruby. First of all, Ruby calls herself T-Shirt Cosplay, and the cosplay they do together is T-Shirt Cosplay because she makes most of her cosplays out of that jersey T-shirt fabric.
Oh, it's so comfy. My first robe was made out of that fabric.
It's so comfy, but it's also so hard to work with. So Ruby gets a lot of credit. She's so talented. So, hello, Mark and Ruby. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Welcome.
If you all see a black streak running across, one of the cats is very intrigued in what's happening and is watching everything.
Oh, 3 of my 4 are locked out because right before we started, Hermes was playing at the door, and I was like, no, that'll be picked up on the mic, buddy.
Oh, I love your kitties.
Fortunately, they're quiet. They just like to run around.
Oh, no, mine are demons. So they're cats.
Demons.
Oh, yeah.
They're very appropriate cats. They live up to their cat title very well.
Well, that's good. Hate to see somebody slacking on their job.
I wouldn't have them any other way, even if I do want to, choke them every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They were taking a nice little nap in the jacket just before the show, and I'm like, oh, gotta go find the lint roller now.
That's what ours love the capes. They're laying on the capes.
Oh, yeah.
Harv,
Yeah.
you have a sharp eye. He recognized Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, and Mary Marvel.
Thanks, Harvey.
And he says if he could video chat, he would have cosplayed Superman. I love it,
awesome.
Harv. And Garrett also says hello. Hi, Garrett.
Garrett. I saw Garrett on Sunday. I've missed seeing him and Nikki. Lots of friends of the show.
Well, that's good. That's
Friends
good.
and former guests for some of them.
I know.
Cool.
And future guest when we're talking about Charlie. We just
Yes.
nailed out a date.
Nice.
Like, look. Okay, you and I are dressed as the X-Men. They travel back and forth in time, so it's perfect. Past, future, present. We got it all.
Days of future past.
There you
Yes.
So
I mean,
Mark and
Kitty
Ruby.
was a very important part.
go. They were primarily DC people, but it's okay.
I
To each his
mean,
own.
I lean a little more towards DC, but obviously X-Men and some Marvel characters have
I
a.
mean, and see, I'm a little more of a Marvel girl, but
Well,
But we love you anyways.
we all enjoy our nerdiness, and that's
well.
what brings us all together.
well, Ruby does have a Lady Magneto outfit that she came up with.
Which I love.
Well, so we're all just gonna have to get together and do some X-Men stuff one day.
There you go.
I'm coming up that way at some point because Kelly and Crayley have come down here. It's my turn to come up their way.
Yep.
Exactly.
And then we can go to the castle filled with wine and cheese.
Yay.
Because it's not a cosplay cafe if I haven't plugged the March Cheese Castle. March Cheese Castle, call me. I
mean, they should be sponsoring us at this point.
yes.
I don't think they know we exist yet. I should just start I should get their email and just start emailing them episodes. They'll be like, what is this?
It's a very nice location. We've been there the couple times that we've been up to see you. So it's a worthwhile stop.
It's lovely. It's lovely. So Mark and Ruby, why don't you tell the audience at home how you got into cosplay?
So I've always enjoyed like dressing up and playing pretend. And we actually met like through a live action role play game. And whenever I started back to school, and especially once I hit grad school, the rules of the game were changing so often that I had to read more for our game than I did for some of my grad school classes. And so we had to take a step back. And
What a nerd thing to do.
after a while of being away from the game, I was like, I miss dressing up. I really want to like dress up again. And Mark had been kind of interested in, trying cosplay, and I'd been interested. So we went to a convention, and his first costume, he had a burlap sack over his head as Yellow Lantern Scarecrow in case he hated it. So no one knew he had done it.
Aw.
And I think I had maybe, I did did the black suit Supergirl because I could just easily find a black skirt. I had to print out a Superman symbol, which there are more than enough references in our house for that one. Throw it on a black shirt and, a quick black cape, and it was done. And we just had fun, and we were around a bunch of other people who were, all playing dress up and all doing cosplay. And we're like, you know what? We can make this a hobby. And so then it became okay, well, now how are we going to get these costumes that we want? And like Kelly said, part of the T-shirt cosplay is most of the costumes are jersey knit because it's easy for me to work with. And then literally at the very beginning of everything, it was taking T-shirts and modifying them and finding other pieces of clothes that could go with those to get the costume that we needed, because I didn't know how to sew arms onto and sleeves onto clothing.
Worst.
Still have a little bit of trouble with it, but I'm getting better.
I would rather put a sleeve in than an invisible zipper any day. So
Oh, yeah. Invisible zippers are actually the worst.
they look beautiful and amazing when you get them in right, but
We haven't done any costume with zippers yet because I'm not ready for that.
If you ever go to the invisible zippers, just get the invisible zipper foot. It will save your life.
My first
Also with the knit fabrics, if you don't already own a walking foot, I highly suggest a walking foot for people that don't have one. Just get one. It's amazing.
My first costume that I actually made completely from scratch had a very visible zipper right down the front because I really wanted to torture myself. Like,
Yeah.
because if it's a visible zipper, you can't mess it up because then it's like the centerpiece of the costume.
Well, a lot of
Yeah,
canary
it's-
outfits have visible zippers, don't they? All your Black Canary stuff, doesn't they have visible zippers?
Yep. Black Canary loves her front and center zippers. Like the zippers.
I swear, like, that's the hero thing. Zippers, 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 pouches, pouches, few extra belts that don't do anything.
Like, what is it with superhero ladies and belts that just hang off their hips?
I love the
What's
hip
belt doing?
scarf. The hip scarf is fancy looking, but the belts that are like just a belt with nothing, like no pouches or anything on it to put your stuff, because Lord knows those very skin tight suits don't have any pockets on them. Not even the men. So-
You're gonna hang that belt off your
There's
hips.
no pockets in this bad boy.
At least put
Yeah.
Rob Liefeld pouches in that damn belt.
Well,
Oh yeah, that man is the reason the '90s were covered in pouches.
Yeah.
and half the time the belt doesn't actually sit next to the
Charlie and I are on the
hanging
same
down a little
pouches.
bit.
That's a Rob Liefeld special.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very true.
Very. Yeah. But and it's stuck now because you still see the characters with all these belts and straps and pouches, and they never use them. Batman at least puts stuff in his pouches. He's got things in there.
Those are pouches of holding because there is no way
Yes.
he's putting all of that in their pouches unless they've been enchanted.
The famous utility
Well-
belt can hold everything.
It's the anime hammer space. It doesn't look like it fits, but it goes in there.
Or
Yeah.
there was one not safe for work drawing of where he actually keeps all the extra stuff in his belt. I'll let you all Google that.
Y'all have fun with that. If you want that in your search history.
You don't want that image burned into your brain, okay? I saw it like 5 years ago and it's burned into my brain. It's never
Crayley, when we were first researching Crayley's costumes, she did a search for some sort of pants, I think, on Amazon.
Oh no.
And she kept getting all kinds of suggestions. And the one that really kind of got her fired up was assless chaps.
My brothers get so mad about that. They're like, they're all assless.
Well, it also had absolutely nothing to do with any of the stuff she'd been looking at.
Yeah, she was just looking for like yellow pants or something.
And
That's great.
this was early stage cosplay Crayley, where she was still very like shy and
She's a baby
very
cosplayer.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas now she's like, yep, I'll just go into a sex shop to get my Emma Frost corset. I don't care.
And then of course our daughter would be like, Crayley, you need to look up this for me so I can find it. Crayley's like, no, I finally got the algorithm to stop showing me stuff. Not letting me search for anything.
Really. I think we've broken her of that. We've crushed her.
yeah.
Because she would have never done Emma Frost in the beginning when we first met her. There is no way she would have ever done Emma Frost.
I'm going to take a little bit of responsibility for that.
Oh, I'm sure you can take a lot of it for that. Yeah.
I'm a terrible influence, y'all. Don't let your children hang around with me.
No,
Okay.
it is a good influence. She needed to loosen up a little bit. And
Yeah.
we can say this because we love her and she's not here.
I mean, she may be listening in. And if so, we do love you, Crayley.
We do.
Oh, yes, very much so.
If she feels
Aw.
bad, I'll give her a big hug next week when she's down here for the con.
There you go.
Thanks, Misty.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Misty.
Your
Big
sister
try.
is so sweet.
That's my big sister. She's very supportive of this because I support her in the things she does.
Nice.
That's my family. We support each other in our little nerdy endeavors
Your
and everything.
family's the
So.
best.
The Ruby's family is really good for that.
For
They're-
those
they're
who
cute.
are just listening, Misty says, "Oh my goodness, you all look so cute tonight."
We try.
And then
Yeah.
Sierra says, "Hey guys, hey Sierra."
Yeah.
Now, my oldest brother is, anytime we go down and I'm like, I need pictures of this costume, he's like, all right, well, we're going to hit up this place, and this place. These have the best backdrops. And if he can't go, then it's my other brother. And he's like, all right, we got this. I get to play with the camera. You get to do cosplay. Let's go.
That's the family. You need that family support. It helps. And I know people that don't have it. So I'm like, well, now you're mine. I adopt you into my family. If your family doesn't support you, mine will. So you get to be an honorary member of the family.
That's important.
That's my thing too, but I'll warn you, once I adapt you, I'm gonna start yelling at you in the middle of cons about not getting hydrated.
Hydration.
I've seen her do it more than once.
You should.
You've seen me do it too?
I've seen you people at cons more than once.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not about
feeling.
hydration though, or is this a thing I do more often than I realize?
No, it's more like at Metro when you're like, have you been drinking water? Have you been eating? Here's some water. Here's a snack.
Okay, yeah. Apparently I yell at people about hydration more
I'm
than
pretty sure next week that's going to be me because the Memphis Heat's supposed to go back up and we've got a con next weekend. And I'm sure while I'm in that judging room, I'm going to look at these people in these big costumes. Have you hydrated before you came to judging? Like, I don't need you passing out on me. I just got my CPR certification, but I don't want to have to use it.
Right?
Yeah.
Just no, nobody needs that.
No, I'll go run and find my mom because she'll be there. You know, she hospital tech for 50 plus years. I'll be like, Mom, you got this, right?
Oh yeah. Ruby's a nurse in real life, so she knows that.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to watch those people, especially the young kids at cons that it's maybe their first or their, one of the first few they've been to because they're so excited to be there. And sometimes I jokingly say somebody just let the teens off leash for the first time because some of them do run wild. And I'm like, where is your mother? And I realize, oh my God, I have become that person. I'm like, where is your mother? Go find your mom and go.
Yep. Or like, crap, I have to be their mother.
Yeah, I mean, years ago, some of my friends bought me a con mom button that I had on my bag for years. I'm like, I'm not that much older than you guys, but yeah, it's me. It's me. Somebody's got to be it, or I'm the weird con aunt, one or the other.
I'm pretty sure I'm the con aunt with how much I corrupt people with Fraley.
Oh yeah.
So on that awkward note, Mark and Ruby, let's talk about the team up thing. Kelly is my mom and my sister. Yep.
Yay.
Yep, that's one of those weird family things we don't have time to get into.
Nope.
She's from the Midwest. We can't help it. It's all weird family things in the Midwest.
It really
is. I'm in the South, so right there with y'all.
Yep. All right, let's talk about teaming up.
Now that we've gotten weird.
I mean, I feel like superhero families and superhero teams get a little weird too. So this is a good segue. But as a Mark and Ruby, talk about really welcome to Kentucky, Anna. Mark and Ruby, why don't you talk about some of the why you like doing team up cosplay?
Well, it's something we can do together, and it's fun. And these costumes right here are our most popular ones. These are the ones that are the most well received. We always get tons of reactions from people when we go to cons in these outfits.
And also, just because, especially if we're at cons, I don't like large crowds of people. So I want to be able to kind of like stay close to Mark. And when I'm getting overwhelmed, be like, hey, okay, you're my person right now. Yeah. If we're in cosplays that are totally not meshing up or, even like a hero and a villain, then it kind of loses some of the like show. And people are like, okay, you are just dressed up. You're not, even trying. So like, we are a team, or in this case, he's my big brother. So if I need my big brother to protect me, that's what big brothers do type stuff. So
Aw.
That helps a whole lot with that aspect as well.
Yeah, and we have done a few couples outfits too. But Billy and Mary are the most popular ones that we have.
And
I
like
totally
Curly
get that.
says, everyone loves Captain Mary.
Yep.
Except for the people
Yeah.
that call him Flash.
Oh, yeah.
There's always that one.
I mean, that
But no-
lightning bolt,
Yeah.
it gets confusing for
Yeah. But
more casual
I
fans.
totally feel that, like, I love huge conventions, but I don't like big crowds. And I get that, wanting that person there with you. So and when you have that other one that's in your same character line, you can just be like, okay, we have to stay together. and it's honestly more fun. Like, I've done a lot of solo characters, but when you get to do it in a pair or a group, it's just more fun. It gives.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of lost a little bit of desire to cosplay when both of the people I cosplayed with the most weren't able to do it with me for a while, and I was like, I still love making these things, but I feel lost without somebody next to me at a con.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling sometimes.
It's also easier for photo shoots when you have someone to play off of, because coming up
You don't
with,
feel as awkward.
yeah, coming up with solo poses, you run out so much quicker.
Oh yeah.
And it's just more fun when you have someone to pose with. It's just there's so
like
much.
I said, you don't feel as weird. Like, I feel so weird in front of a camera, but if I at least have somebody else there, it doesn't feel as off. Even though
It's
I still
more
feel
like
like
you're
an
playing
awkward
with your
little-
friend.
I still feel awkward, but it's not as awkward.
Yeah, the camera kind of goes away and it's just you and your friend messing around.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just pretend it's not there, do the things you were doing, and then you end up with a lot of good candid pictures when you're with someone.
Yes.
Although, if you want to be in a well-run photo shoot, be in one ran by Kelly here.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. I actually have not had the chance to plan a group photo shoot in a few years, and I miss it.
Yeah.
I don't
think
miss
that
some
means
of
it
the-
sounds like one needs to happen.
Oh yeah, I don't miss some of the headaches, but yeah, no, I need to do it. I need to do it. I
It's
just need to
good when you
find it.
organize with people you know, but I've been to the big ones at cons where it's a bunch of strangers in the same costumes meeting up, and
It's not the same.
there's a whole lot of ADHD happening all over the place. I'm like, I'll show up to those. I'm not organizing those.
So the way I always did it was for Metropolis, I would start planning pretty much as soon as one Superman celebration ended. I would start a group for like we would come away with ideas, and I would start a group for the next year's shoots, and we would start having people claim characters, and then we would it would be really fun. We would help each other plan our costumes. We would share tips on making the costumes. And then we would plan the poses, the location. So we would spend a whole year planning these shoots and really figuring out who's going to be which character. Like, obviously, sometimes people would have to drop out or whatever, but we would really put a lot of thought ahead of time. And it was people who knew each other. But sometimes I would invite new people into the group because I really tried to make them more open and tried to, like, make it a welcoming environment. So it wasn't
be inclusive, but also not where just stragglers show up and you're having to rein in 40, 50 people.
Yeah, and the problem came where I was having people crashing the shoot or just yeah.
People who weren't serious about it, people who were just being goofballs, and we weren't down with that.
You're like, we actually want good pictures. Like, you want to have good pictures of what you've worked hard on.
I guess be careful what you wish for. Okay, Charlie. I mean, I am going to be the captain for that one. I'm going to be Captain Janeway. So
that'll be fun.
She's
There
coming
you
to
go.
Bloomington.
Oh my gosh.
Bloomington.
Kate Mulgrew is visiting her statue because there's a Janeway statue here in Bloomington.
There's a Janeway statue in Bloomington?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Because Captain Janeway, in her bio, she was born in Bloomington, Indiana. So a group of people got together and they raised funds, and we have a Captain Janeway statue downtown.
I need
That's
to
awesome.
see
It's been
this
a long
statue.
time. One of my best friends was from Bloomington, and I used to go up there way back in the day and visit with him. It's been a long time since I've been up
You're
to
in my
Bloomington, though.
Charlie is dying to see the statue.
Yeah. Well, next time you visit, Kelly, you'll make some time to come down.
I really do.
Sounds like you're gonna have to put
your kitties.
Yeah.
you're gonna have to go put the costume on and take pictures in front of the statue.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been meaning to do some Star Trek costumes. We just haven't gotten around to them yet. They're on the list.
They're
The ever-growing and expanding list.
and there's also
Oh, Charlie is going to be sending you a friend request next because he's collecting Star Trek costumers. My Janeway costume he's helping me put it together.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah. We should get Adam involved in that too.
Yes. Adam would be so for it. Adam is in our D&D group, Andrea, and
Okay.
Yeah.
he is a big Trekkie. So yes, Charlie, this is what happens when you tune in. Charlie says 20 uniforms and counting. Charlie, you get more recruits for your Trekkies because he likes to organize shoots.
Is it with us with cosplay? It's like Pokemon. We're catching them all. We keep expanding and getting more and more people that we're like, well, now I'm gonna be your friend too.
Yeah, no.
We just collect each other's friends. So
Yeah, I've just recruited a girl at work to potentially join us with some cosplay shenanigans.
Oh boy,
Very
you have
nice.
a new Krayley.
Kind of, yes, because she's like, I kind of want to do this, but I don't really know how to do it on my own, and I'm a little nervous to do it on my own. And my husband's like, "Oh, okay, Mark."
He's
sorry,
like, "Come here, baby bird."
Yeah.
exactly. He was like, "Here's this new girl at work. I think we should do some stuff with her." I'm like, "Sounds great. When's she coming over, and what costume does she want to do?" So we
He actually she wants to start off with Poison Ivy.
Oh, perfect. That's
Yeah.
a
That's
really
one
good
that you
starter
can-
costume because Poison Ivy can look pretty much
There's-
any way you want her to and be recognizable.
Oh,
yeah, she's a highly recognizable character. Whether you do a kids version, a sexy version, like I've seen like full Victorian versions and all sorts of stuff. You can do. She's so easy to spot.
Oh yeah. And we've already got a lot of stuff
says-
for her, so
The new Krayley will be lucky to have you. So,
we can never replace you, Krayley.
Krayley Jr.
he is one of a kind. Also, Charlie says you can find him at Code 47 Cosplay, and his pics will be
cool.
there.
He does some pretty cool stuff. You'll like following him.
And for a second, I got confused and read Krayley's next comment as a Charlie comment, and I was very confused. I'm collecting every Emma Frost outfit. And I was like, "Hey, Charlie, is there something you want to tell me?"
Hey, look, you know what? That cosplay is about picking a character you love and having fun. So if Charlie wants to be Emma Frost,
Hey.
Let
I
it be
mean,
Emma
Charlie
Frost.
would make a fantastic Emma Frost.
You were just a little, you're like, wait, that's something
This
I
was
don't
new
know about.
information. Like, I'm here for it. I feel like everyone should be Emma Frost at least once.
We love and support everybody and whatever they decide they want to cosplay. Don't let it hold you back.
Hey,
I did
never
that for a
thought I
long
would be
time,
Emma
and I'm
Frost
learning.
ever. And I got my first chance to be Emma Frost last February, and I was like, yes, I see where.
Okay, I'll tell you the only reason I have avoided being like even thinking about Emma Frost. My brother Brad is such a huge Cyclops and Emma Frost fan that I just
can't do it.
I can't. It was weird enough being Phoenix with him, being a Cyclops fan.
Well, and did you say he has a thing for Psylocke?
I
Doesn't have
think
a
all my
thing for
brothers do,
Psylocke.
but
I mean, come
and
on.
I've been Rogue, and my oldest brother's big fan of Gambit, and I'm like, y'all, I'm going to ruin all of my brother's lives at some point here.
I feel like that's kind of the goal of most sisters. You're just
I don't know. I really do like my brothers. I don't want to ruin their lives. Maybe mess with them some, but not ruin their lives.
Just make them moderately uncomfortable for a little while.
Charlie says, thanks. I do have the legs for it. And then Crayley says, I will teach you how to do the Emma smirk, Charlie. This is happening.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever seen the picture of the guy? I think he lives in like Germany. It's a man that wears mini skirts and high heels every day. He is a he's like people always want to like talk about him. He's like, he is a very straight, masculine, married man. He's like, my legs just look great in a mini skirt.
He looks
like,
fantastic. Like
he looks better than I ever will in a mini skirt. And it's kind of depressing.
Sierra says Emma Frost is on my list. And Sierra,
I think Sierra reads our minds because she has a lot of the same costumes we want. And then we all find out we all want them. And we're just like, okay. She is a Phoenix. So it's the Phoenix
Sierra's
connection.
in the Phoenix hive mind.
We've developed a Phoenix hive mind amongst the
It just keeps getting bigger and more dangerous. And we are going to take over the world.
Yeah, with the Phoenix, it's kind of appropriate though to have kind of a hive mind happening.
I have
it
no
works.
apologies, no regrets.
No, one of my next ones on my list is the Phoenix 5 Magic, not the Emma Frost. That one's a little much, but Magic because, and I'm trying to get my brother Scoot to be Colossus because that would be so awesome. Yes. He's got the height and the build for it. Like Scoot is so big, and I want him to be Colossus and me Magic so bad. Team up, come on!
That'd be adorable. Crayley says, "We are many, we are Phoenix." Yes, that's our new tagline for the show.
We need new merchandise, guys, right there.
Actually, yeah, I kind of
have new merch, Crayley. Get on that.
Crayley, do it. Make a note. And we are midway through the show. So
already? Jeez.
It is time for the cosplay catwalk. I will go first.
I want to see this coat because you told me about this coat, and I need to see this coat.
I'm excited. Okay, so first of all, I have to say, the first time I saw a picture of Pirate Kitty Pryde, I was like, I need to do this. This costume is getting upgrades, and also I could not find my pirate sword. I do have a pirate sword. I couldn't find it, and I need a lockheed, and I need a belt buckle. So I
found a pattern recently that's a dragon pattern that sits on your shoulder, and I want to make one for Hunter for their kitty. Make you a lockheed.
Please. Okay, yep. You. Quote me a price. I need it. I need it. Okay, so too sexy for my costume. I'm too sexy for my costume. For my cosplay. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
I love
it. Boots. Gotta show off the boots.
Yeah, if there's always good boots with a costume, you gotta show them off. We like a pair of good boots.
Yes. These are my boots that I use for like half my costumes. They're also my everyday boots. But anyway, so that's my costume.
I got several of those kinds of shoes.
All right, who wants to go next?
Anytime you recycle boots, yeah, go for it, Andrea.
I gotcha. Y'all have seen this one before, but it's super comfy.
Andrea's too sexy for her cosplay. Too sexy for her cosplay. Her mighty, mighty cosplay.
Not gonna lie, I am totally barefoot right now. There are no boots today.
No shame.
Okay.
I feel like Julie would go barefoot. Go barefoot.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, she'd be walking around the X Mansion just like barefoot, and they're like, "We gotta go." She's like, "Oh, dang, I gotta put my shoes on." Yeah. She'd be the one in the jet putting her shoes on, like they woke her up or something.
I could see that.
It's a Jubilee vibe.
All right, Mark and Ruby.
We won't be standing up because there's not enough space.
I was wondering, you guys look like you're a little. That's
or
right.
It's okay.
But there's the gauntlets.
Mark,
there we go.
And Ruby are too sexy for their cosplay. They're too sexy for their gauntlets.
Then Ruby made both of these outfits completely.
Very nice.
See the detail on my cape.
Ah,
so pretty.
We love detail.
Yeah. And then for mine, I went with a much smaller trim because that I think would have overpowered my cape because I'm just happen to be them, smaller myself.
Yes. Sometimes you have to go a little more delicate for some things, and it's totally understandable.
And all this is jersey knit.
That stuff is so breathable and so comfortable.
Yes. And one of the great things about this cape is if it's cold outside and you're doing a shoot, you get cold, you just whoop.
Yeah, I love it because it keeps you pretty warm in cool weather, but it keeps you cool in hot weather.
Oh yeah.
Because man, that robe that I made out of it, I wanted to live in that costume. It was so comfy.
Of course, this is vinyl, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything else is jersey knit.
I like this.
Amazing.
Crayley says Jubilee probably lost her shoes on the last mission and forgot to replace.
Very likely. She was like, when she became the teenager after Kitty Pryde kind of grew up, you totally had Jubilee. She was a 90s kid straight up. She was just the very, very Generation X kind of kid.
Oh, I know.
And I loved it. I almost said Gen 13, but I'm like, no, that is an Image comic book. And very, very niche 90s, early 2000s. And I loved that comic so much.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see the Generation X made for TV movie?
No, I never
I've heard of
watched
it.
I saw like bits of it and I'm so mad that I don't think you can find it anywhere because I think like
Yeah.
X-Men or Marvel like scrubbed it from memory. But you know what I did find out is on YouTube, completely unrelated, but ADHD brain. My husband was watching a streamer on Twitch who was watching the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's on YouTube.
Oh, the lovely one with John Leguizamo.
His career got so much better after that. So guess what I'm going to make my husband, I mean, he's seen it, but guess what we're going to watch and poke fun at? And the Cosplay Cafe podcast now has a Twitter. I'm pretty sure I'm going to live tweet that.
Go for it.
There may be an adult beverage or two involved.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good costume for Thomas.
So it's
a
drunk
Mario
movies now with you instead of drunk comics.
We actually did a Mario Brothers themed Halloween party years back, and I did a Princess Peach, and he did a Mario, and his brother David did a Luigi. We may need to revisit this. I don't think the Princess Peach dress still fits, but I can maybe make it fit, or I can alter it.
Peach is on my list.
Yeah, Thomas,
ever
we
since
may need to
did.
revisit it. How do you feel about doing Mario again? He's gesturing for a yes. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're going to torture ourselves with the Mario Brothers movie and how bad it is. There's a story about that movie about, I forget which actor it was, hated it so much and was like so nutso that he kept ripping up the script and like yelling at everyone and changing the script like every day. That's why that movie was so terrible.
That's great.
I have to look up which actor it was.
Might have been Bob. Bob Hoskins played Mario, I think.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. So
I think it was whoever played
not
the
Italian
villain.
dudes.
No.
I think it was whoever played the villain was the one.
Was it Dennis Hopper that played Bowser? Or the kind of looked like he actually kind of looked like a lizard version of a young Donald Trump. It's kind of what he looked like if you think about it.
The lizard people in that movie? Like, why?
We could probably do a whole episode on how we are probably all blocking mental scars from that movie growing up.
Well, I'm gonna live tweet it. So follow.
You're gonna relive it.
Pod on Twitter if you want to see the train wreck.
Relive your childhood trauma from the Mario movie.
There's a show idea for you. You could do bad comic book movies or something like that. Doesn't have much to do with cosplay, but you can talk about the costumes or something.
That's okay. We're nerdy on so many levels.
So many levels, and yes,
It's like people try to block out the old animated Legend of Zelda show, and my brother Scoot has it all on DVD, and it's terrible.
As well.
It is absolutely terrible.
As well. Yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
So on a note of things that are not terrible, Mark and Ruby, let's show off your pictures, which are fantastic.
yes. Let's go back to good things instead of being scarred in
I'm
our
sorry for that
young
totally
lives.
weird random tangent.
It happens.
This train runs off track, and if it doesn't, then it's not one of our shows.
What tracks?
Yeah.
You guys are getting
Our train-
tracks?
Our train is out in the desert somewhere, totally lost. We were trying to find spices and ended up in the New World. Y'all, that's what it is.
Now that's us with Mark Wade.
Oh,
Yes, I'm so. I
May,
can't be jealous. I got to interview him. Never mind.
I was gonna say, well, and that may have been second or third costume. First time I'd done a cape, and I wish our photographer, aka my daughter, would have let me know the bow was directly in front of my face.
Aw.
But that one was really fun because we're standing in line, and he's like, "That's my Red Hood. That's my Red Robin. We need a picture." And I'm like, "Yes, we do."
Oh my god. Those are the best moments. Oh my god, you're having a heart attack and you're excited all at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying Ruby made all those costumes as well. She's our costume maker.
Yes.
Oh, that's one of the couples costumes we were talking about.
I love this one. This Star Sapphire especially is just so cute.
It's the superheroes girls, and I've always wanted to do a Star Sapphire, but I don't have the confidence to walk around barely dressed in a con. So
Yeah, I feel that.
was a nice way to do a costume I'd always wanted, and like you said, it was a fun couples costume.
Well, and that design is so perfect because it fits her Carol and it's family friendly.
Oh yeah.
So cute.
Although that's our full blown Marvel family shoot that we did at Metro a few years back.
There's the baby Crazy.
That our friend, our good friend and photographer Mark Schaefer took the pictures for us.
We love Mark Schaefer.
But that's the only way we could get Andrea to do it, our daughter in the black, is if she wore that specific costume.
Of course. Because Andrea is a goth girl.
She is.
She is. Yeah.
I think every Andrea has that because I had the total goth face. So it's maybe it's an Andrea trait.
Maybe, yes.
I don't think it's a phase for her though.
No.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to be goth now.
Yeah.
When you get older, you get lazy.
This Andrea has not outgrown her goth phase.
Live it,
The whole
girl.
time I've known Mark and
your,
Ruby.
live your best goth life and go for it.
But that Marvel family shoot was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Crayley. She did the white outfit, the white Mary for us, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But Kelly inspired me to actually plan the shoot, which is I probably wouldn't have done it.
You're gonna make me blush.
That's what we do around here. Remember, we boost each other's egos.
Yes. Then there's one of our good pictures with one of our first ones with Crayley.
And the look that Crayley has going was the Smallville version of Thunder, because I was like, Mark and Kelly were doing Smallville versions
Of the Legion.
And I was like, I kind of want to take one of the Shazam family and do this. And so I'm like looking through the Legion books. I'm like, Thunder is basically part of the Shazam family, and it'd be really easy to Smallville her up. And so then when Crayley was like, I kind of want to do a picture with someone from the Shazam family, I'm like, all right, well, you're going to be Thunder in the Smallville outfit because she already had the pants, the boots, and we just had to get her a white jacket.
Nice.
Sometimes that's how you have to do it. You go, okay, you're going to be this character. There you go.
Yeah, we've done that with Crayley several times.
I do that to like all my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, we're going to do this group, so here we go.
And like
yeah,
Crayley said, Ruby made her white Mary costume too, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, she did.
So cute.
And that's us as Green Arrow and Speedy, the original from like the early Silver Age.
Yeah, that's very early.
That is one of those, like you were talking about, Andrea, comfortable costume. That's a pair of scrubs without the pockets.
That looks like you could walk around a con all day and not be like, okay, I got to get out of this costume.
Oh yeah, they're super comfortable.
That's awesome.
I almost wore it.
Comfort is a
tonight.
big thing.
I almost wore that tonight, but then I was like, nah. And another great Marvel shot. We got that at Fan Expo this year.
Such a good shot.
That is such the classic superhero pose. Like every hero has to stand with the hands on the hips.
Oh,
at
yeah.
some
You got to
point.
practice that. You got to have your superhero pose.
That is, I literally drop into that one with certain characters, and people are like, "Do you practice this?" I'm like, "Nope." It just happens.
It's just
It comes
natural.
naturally.
It does. It literally, you just pop right into it, and
Yeah.
you feel heroic in that pose.
Oh yeah.
I love Crayley says, and I love it. That's how she ended up being Liberty Bell too. And
Oh, yeah.
Liberty Bell is one of Crayley's like
Yeah.
loved characters. That
Liberty Bell was made for her.
right. Well, it's a perfect character.
Because
You
Crayley-
sometimes find those characters that you just
Oh,
fall
yeah.
into.
Because when we first started, Crayley didn't want to do anything really. She didn't want to mess with her hair. She didn't want to wear spandex. She didn't want to, she wanted to be very comfortable and just. So we found.
We've all been there.
Yeah, Liberty Bell is also very much her anyway. So we
Oh, yeah.
found that costume, and she was like, "Boom, done. I'm in."
And she makes such a great Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
Well, then they'll talk about suggesting costumes to for your friends. So when she started, we made suggestions for her. His newest costume was Shade from Stargirl because she was just like, we were watching Stargirl and you would do a perfect Shade. So there was already a top hat at our house. All we had to do was
Yeah.
find
What goes around comes around.
all we had to do was find the tuxedo shirt that he wears underneath of everything, and he had the costume from pieces at the house.
I
Yep.
love easy costumes. I've spent so much time making big, crazy ones. Easy costumes are nice.
It was basically a closet cosplay. Because she had the top hat for when she does Zatanna.
Yeah.
And then, a suit coat, wear a suit.
The best thing is when you can use pieces for one
Oh,
for
yeah.
another.
Crayley,
I love
the days where she
multitasking
wouldn't
wigs.
wear spandex. Okay, Crayley, the world is better for you agreeing to wear spandex. We're just gonna say that.
I didn't do the superhero suits for a long time, so I totally I feel that waiting to get yourself into that suit. And oddly enough, I didn't do it when I was more comfortable with my body. I did it when I had reached my heaviest and was very uncomfortable with my
You were
body.
like, screw that.
I was like, well, I really want to be Psylocke because Chris Claremont's going to be at this con and he helped create her. So here we go.
Yeah, I just jumped right in. I'm like,
Chris Claremont's the reason I've picked some of the costumes that I normally wouldn't pick. So way to go, Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a god of comic writing, so.
My Misfit outfit is kind of the same reason I decided to dress as Misfit because Gail Simone was going to be at a comic book store in
I want to
Indianapolis.
meet her.
And
tell
I
that
went-
whole story, please.
Okay,
That
so yeah,
sounded really bossy.
so I
You're
wore
just
the
being Mom
costume,
Kelly.
like all the way down to the shoes, and I really wanted to run into the store screaming "Dark Vengeance" at the top of my lungs. But said store is up in Indianapolis next to the Circle Monument. That is a war monument. And I'm like,
Yeah.
probably should not be running into a store screaming "Dark Vengeance." So we're looking around, and her husband's talking to us for a few minutes because she was talking to someone and signing some stuff. And I was like,
She's Gail Simone.
yeah. I was like, here's what I really wanted to do. He's like, she would have loved it. I'm like, I would have probably gotten arrested. They goes, yeah, let's not get arrested. Type
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
It's like,
She was super cool to me. She
oh yeah. And she loved the outfit. She's like, you've even got the shoes. I'm like, of course, if I'm going to wear your character to meet you,
yeah.
I'm having the shoes.
You want to be top to bottom especially if it's something they created, not just something they wrote, but something they created.
Yeah.
You want to walk up and have them be like, "That's my character."
Oh yeah. She was very
It's cool
appreciative.
feeling.
We've been
She
fortunate
seems like a really cool
to do
person.
that for several creators.
My next major cosplay is actually one of our friends who is a artist. His character from his Shivers in the Dark comic. Her name is Grace. And I've got to figure out how to do fake eyelashes, and I am still finishing up my book because the book is like the main prop. And he was like, the book has to look like this. So I've been taking the pieces when we're going to a convention he'll be at, and I'm like, here's what I've got. Is this going to work? And he's like, you're letting me help you make this? I'm like,
Yes.
she's your
Sure thing,
character.
yeah.
You know
You
her
want
better
them
than
to-
I do.
Yeah,
You want them to feel honored that you want to be their character. On the fake eyelash thing, I will tell you, get the magnetic eyelashes that have the liner, because I am horrible with the glue-on eyelashes, but you literally just put a couple of coats of that eyeliner right above your lash line, and that stuff sticks and it hangs on all day. And then, but they just pull right off. I love magnetic lashes. I will promote those things to no end.
I was actually wondering about that because I saw those the other day, and I'm like, is this what I want or not? So thank you.
Yeah, I love it because you just put on a couple of coats of the liner and then they just pop right on. Like the first time I tested it, I put it on the back of my hand and I had like eyelashes hanging off my hand. They were just hanging out there. So
That's creepy.
I endorse them for people that don't want to have to do the glue on lashes, because I can never get those on straight.
No thanks.
And I watch some people just go, boop. And I'm like,
And before we get
no.
too far into talking about eyelashes, let's go through our viewer submissions.
We did.
Andrea,
have
why don't I
few-
click through them, and then do you want to talk? Well, I'll talk about the ones that I collected.
Yeah, that you got. Yes.
The first one is
cool.
from Tim, Forest City Superhero. You all might recognize him from our video game episode. And this is Tim with his kids as the Bat family.
Adorable.
So sweet. I love family cosplay.
So adorable.
Oh yeah.
This one's really, really special. So this is Robin and Padme. Robin and Padme. I don't know if I can pronounce your usernames correctly. Harayatsolo Kaz and Sassanette Skywalker Kaz. So they are characters from Critical Role, and this is actually the cos.
Yeah.
Ruby, do you recognize these characters?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. What are the character names?
Well, it's actually, so it looks like they're doing Matt and Marisha.
They're cosplaying real people.
Oh, okay. So they're cosplaying the actors from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt Mercer and Marisha Ray. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So they Robin proposed to Padme while they were wearing these
Nice.
costumes, and of course she said yes. And
So
so
cute.
this is extra sweet. Like they're an adorable couple. They're really
Already doing the team up and then really teaming up.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I love that she has the sleeves are bullshit t-shirt on in the top picture, because that's one of my favorites of her t-shirts.
It's a great t-shirt. I just want it just because I like it.
Like, we love, like, if you ever send us pictures and you have stories to go behind them, we love the stories behind the
Yes.
pictures too.
Yeah.
We want to tell your stories if you're willing to let us tell them.
Mm-hmm. I did ask for permission to share the stories.
Yes.
And also, Robin and Padme are going to be joining us in November for a D&D episode. So
Cool.
extra special. All right. And the rest, Andrea collected. So
Yes. All right. So the Sailor Jupiter is, and she's the blue. I can't remember what these Pokemon names are, but that's my friend Jennifer, and she helps run the Anime Blues Con here. And she's in the cosplay track. So they said they like to be comfy but matching while they're running cosplay events at the con. Those little Sailor Scout ones are precious, and I kind of want to join because they look really cute and comfy.
right.
You gotta love the little old school track shorts and the little baseball tees. Oh, they look so cute.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, I want to do this too. Like,
I
can we
know.
join your little club, girls?
Oh,
Please?
Jennifer is awesome, so she probably would let us.
Yes.
Oh, and then
I
this is Jen,
recognize-
our guest from last time. Jen doing, I love the Hawkeyes because I love anything Hawkeyes. And then Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man.
Yes. And then, of course, that's Jen's
Mm.
boyfriend.
Yes.
And I get to see Jen and her boyfriend tomorrow at a photo shoot. So, haha, I'm bragging.
Look, someday Jen and I are going to meet because she and I are basically the same person in two different bodies.
For
and it's
real.
wild.
Yeah, I also get to dress up as Rogue and fight her Captain Marvel. So I'm like super psyched.
That's awesome. Then here's, of course, our very good friend Sierra, Quartz Kitty. She's done a lot of team ups. Can you tell? They're a little small on my screen right now. You might want to expand your screen later, guys, because she's done a lot of team ups, a lot of anime, comic book, video game. She does it all.
Yeah, they look really good.
Sierra's amazing. We all love Sierra. This is a whole group that I got from someone in one of the like local cosplay groups. They all have their names on them. I can't read them without my glasses on.
I'll read them. Delmina Locke, Cherry Von, Diliveriz Cosplay, Serena, Bella Venus, XX Sugar Skull XX.
There we go. And then Cherry, this is also another one of hers with Jason Cook doing Deadpool and Spider-Gwen because you got to have those.
Why not?
Yes. Oh, and then
no, I ended up there twice. Whoopsies.
There we go.
No, I actually jumped to them because I was doing...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just
technical difficulty.
Crayley knows the Pokemon.
Okay, I can't remember. Is it
Fossil and Minoon? I think.
Okay, I always can't pronounce them because I'm like I'm gonna screw them up.
If Crayley didn't know the Pokemons, weid have to, take her to the hospital and check.
We would put her in the hospital real fast. There was one. Did you get the last one that I sent? It was me and Nikki from. It was our Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. That should have been in our chat that I sent you. It was probably the last picture I sent you.
I must have missed it. Shoot.
Yeah, because Garrett said I had to do that one because she and I were Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, and we were sitting on a bouncy house.
Oh, okay. I do see it, and it's so cute. And let me.
And the great thing we did, this was from a volunteer event, and the night before we did this event was the night they announced they were making the Miss Marvel TV show. So we're like, people aren't going to know this today, but give it a little time, and everybody's going to know who she was. If it wasn't,
they're going to look back on it and be like, "Oh, hey."
Because we were doing a fundraiser that we used to do all the time, once a year. That was called Kicking It for Catherine. It was like a kickball game raising money for like St. Jude. So there it is. And I love it because she's like got the full little Miss Marvel, yay! And I'm just like,
it was actually a really good show. Ms. Marvel was a really good show.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was lighthearted without being too over the top ridiculous.
Yeah. I thought it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it.
I am absolutely loving like the stuff from D23 from the Marvels being announced, and like Brie Larson has like she's got like this protectiveness of Iman Vellani, and it's so precious. Like
I know.
She's just like Captain Marvel is watching Miss Marvel and taking care of her, and it's so cute.
I mean,
there's a picture of them meeting Harrison Ford, and she's got her arm around Iman like, "I'll beat you up, Han Solo. Like, don't mess with my girl."
Yeah.
How could you not want to protect her though? She's so precious. Like every interview.
I love the fact that she cosplayed Miss Marvel years ago and got called a nerd for it. And now she is Miss Marvel. And probably all those kids that picked on her want her autograph now. What do you want to bet?
Probably.
And she's probably too nice to say no. She seems like she'd be like, yeah, in her head going, you talk bad about me.
And I guess there's
Garrett.
One Captain. There's more than one Captain Marvel.
Was it? Oh, wait, what? I didn't know this, Garrett. She's going to debut her new Miss Marvel next week. Hey, I get to see it. Nikki and Garrett are some of my absolute best friends, and I am better for knowing those two. They are so amazing.
Yes, they're amazing, talented, good-hearted
And
people.
we were joking the other day when we were at a volunteer thing. When it comes to Disney trivia, it's Garrett against everybody else. He knows his Disney trivia so well.
I don't know. She's giving him a run for his money.
All right, so we're gonna have to we might have to have another Disney. Look, Disney, you can cover so many times on this show.
So
we've already done it twice.
There's room. We're gonna have to do Mark and Ruby versus Garrett.
Uh-oh, we'll have a trivia night one time. We'll dress up and then we'll do trivia.
There you go.
I think that would be.
This sounds like it could be a lot of fun, actually.
Okay, if you want to see that, leave a comment.
Do you want to? And if you have stuff you want us to put in the trivia, if you're all for it. Give us the trivia. Let's see how deep we can dive.
I'm down for this, though.
I am. I got plenty of Disney costumes I can put on for the show.
I think
and some more in the plans.
Too.
Got more plans.
So we are at the end of the hour. So Mark and Ruby.
Already.
Crowley says she's down for the Disney trivia. Let's do it.
All right. Well, that's one vote, even though that's one of the hosts.
I mean, I feel like getting the hosts on board is step one.
Yeah.
We have to want to do our. Yeah.
Oh, and Garrett is down.
All right.
This is happening, y'all. We could make it,
and we're gonna get more friends.
We should make it a special Christmas episode.
Well, Nikki's birthday is close to Christmas because remember when they were on last year, it was close to her birthday.
Yes,
it's in December.
You got plans now, Kelly?
Okay, I'm excited. I'm actually
Disney trivia December. I'm for it.
Okay, so we're towards the end of the episode. So Mark and Ruby, I'm going to ask you the question that we ask of all our guests. So, what advice would you give to newer cosplayers?
You want to shoot first?
Just do what you want to do. Just do the characters that you'll have fun with, that you're comfortable with.
Even if it's like their costume isn't something that you'd be super comfortable wearing, find a way to make it comfortable. Like I said, I always wanted to do Star Sapphire. I didn't want to do something super revealing. Luckily, they did the kid-friendly version, but I already had plans on how I was going to make a Star Sapphire that stayed in character but fit what I felt comfortable wearing. So sometimes take that character and make it your own.
That is awesome advice. Thank you.
I love the make it your own advice because some people strive so hard for 100% accuracy when that's taking all of the play out of cosplay.
Yep.
Have fun with it. I love the make it your own suggestion. That's always good.
Some of my favorite costumes I've seen are literally people's alternate versions of characters where I'm like, I see what you were going for. I recognize the character you're doing. This is a completely original design, and it's amazing.
It also helps you find your pictures in galleries after a con. You're like, I'm the only one that did that. It's mine.
Absolutely.
I don't know how the stormtroopers all find themselves in the Star Wars Celebration pictures. How do you know that's your stormtrooper?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons we like doing older characters. It's easier to find yourself in pictures.
That's the thing is you pull these little obscure characters or a different look for them or something that's not like people, especially like in the anime community, feel like they need to do the what's hot, what's new right now. But if you don't like that character, what's the point? Like just because people are going to take a picture of the new characters, but if you're going to find that one person that's going to recognize that character from way back when and be so excited to see something that's not 8,000 Demon Slayer cosplayers or something. Right. Which no offense to them because they're doing what they love. Yeah. But you found something different.
One of my favorite costumes to wear is the original Batgirl, like Betty Kane's Batgirl. Yeah. A red dress with all the like green accessories, including I have the purse with the powder compact, the lipstick, and the perfume. And the people who don't know who I am are just like, what are you doing? And like the people who recognize it, like will scream at me across cons to be like, is that what you're? And I'm like, yes, that is who I am. Thank you.
They appreciate that deep dive.
Oh yeah. Or
so great.
His first time, well, I shouldn't say your first time. One of his times wearing Speedy, somebody asked him if the drugs came with the costume because doing that version of Speedy. And
of course, that person was Neil Adams.
He was so great. The one I met him. Oh.
I say, man, a lot of those comic industry people they're like, you don't really hit a bad one. I haven't met any of them yet that made me regret meeting them.
They're they're the best people to meet. Like
I think it's because they're celebrities to us, but in the wider audience, people wouldn't recognize them on the street.
They're nerds like us.
Yeah, and they grew up doing the same thing we're doing, and they just managed to get a job in the nerd field.
So stick your head in there for a second.
So Mark and Ruby, where can people find you if they want to follow your creations?
Facebook and Instagram both for T-shirt cosplay. I've not been the best at posting here recently. COVID kind of took the wind out of ourselves a little bit, and we're just getting back into like going back to cons and pulling out costumes to do photo shoots and everything like that. And I'm sometimes bad about doing work in progress pictures. I'm trying to get better. But that's where we'll be posting stuff. We actually go to Disney next month. Well, following month. So there'll definitely be some like Disney pictures and some Disney bounding pictures that'll be posted.
Well, we all love the Disney, so if you want to see cool Disney stuff, go follow them.
And Andrea, where can we find you?
Well, okay, we have our link tree that's
linktree.com/cosplay cafe podcast.
We always forget if it's pod or podcast, but
it's podcast.
Media Rice is my Instagram mostly. Someday I'll get back to the Facebook. If you're in Memphis, you can find me at Memphis Comic Expo next weekend, as well as Krayley, and some of our other former guests will be there.
That'll be fun.
I'm gonna brag on myself just a little. I'm listed as the headlining cosplay guest. I'm running their cosplay contest and have an art booth. I'm testing. This will be the first time I've sold in an artist alley, but I am doing a collaboration with my friend Call Me Midas. They're even doing adorable little watercolor art pieces of some of my costumes. And I'm super excited. I've never had fan art of my costumes to sell, so we're pretty excited. My brothers will be there. And like I said, former guest Krayley will be there with her Pokeballs. So if you're in Memphis, we've got Greg Capullo as a guest, Scott Snyder. We've got some anime voice actors that'll be there. It's very big creator-driven con here in Memphis, and I'm really excited. It's my favorite local con, so come by and say hi if you're going to be in Memphis.
Sounds like a good time.
It's a great con. I will talk it up every day because they literally, truly support creators. Like they have a huge artist alley and support the comic artists that come in, the writers. That's where I got to meet Chris Claremont. So
nice.
Yeah, they actually had to rent more space at the center this year because they wanted to expand for this con.
Oh, good.
It's growing like a con should, and I'm excited. Yeah. So.
Yay. We've never been
down. That's where you'll find me next weekend.
All right. Kelly? Well, you can find all my stuff on our Cosplay Cafe link tree. You can also go to my website, kellyguentner.com, KELLYGUENTNER.com. I'm going to play my trailer for my first 2 books and then stick around. Thank you, Andrea. And then stick around because I'm also going to play a brief ad for our sponsor, ycosplay.com.
They'll get you a discount on some cosplay, guys.
Yeah. Get yourself a discount and support our show. So, you know what? It's win-win.
Yes. So, trailer time.
Iris took me when I was a kid. I thought they were teaching me to control my powers. But now I know that they've been training me to be their weapon. The time has come to take my life back.
Cosplay Cafe is sponsored by Why Cosplay. Why Cosplay is very generous in offering all of our viewers a 20% off discount. All you have to do is go to our show notes and click on the link. Why Cosplay offers high quality cosplays in anime, game, movies. They also offer wigs, shoes, and more. So check out Why Cosplay today for your next cosplay, and be sure to send us pictures of yourself in cosplay. Every purchase does help support the show as long as you follow that link in the show notes. So you get a discount, you support our show. It's win-win for everyone.